Hello and welcome to Reviews. Now, in light of losing Stanley just a couple days ago, I figured it would only be fitting uh, to look at a book of a character that Stanley created. In this case, the what? No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. Of course, it's appropriate. Fantastic Four. I mean, the book that started the Marvel Universe under Stan's pen. Um, Kind of a interesting week though. I wasn't planning to pick this up. This was a last minute decision. I'll take a look at this later. But yeah, I got of course, I'm going to do Avengers. Um, 'Cause we got my favorite on the cover. But yeah, it's a huge issue. And yeah, I went ahead and picked up Uncanny X-Men #1 as well. And again, another huge book. If we're going to get Psylocke back to being Caucasian, I kind of wish they put her back in the Mark Silvestri armor, with the cowl and cape. I love that armor. That was the best look. Anyway, I just had to set up a little joke there. So we have the finale of the Griever story arc. What are you doing there, Boo? What are you doing there, Butters? Okay. So she's going to need the blanket. Anyway, um, where was I? Oh, yes, we're at the end of the Griever story arc. Griever, the aspect of global, universal entropy, destroyer of everything, versus the Fantastic Four. So she doesn't have a chance. So at the end of the last issue, Reed called in everybody who's ever been a member of the Fantastic Four, and it's not bad. It's and I know some people really hate Dan Slott. Uh, I don't. I actually have quite enjoyed some of his works, and I'm kind of on the fence with the Fantastic Four run here. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and let's take a look. Um, so we have everyone assembled. For some reason we have Logan. Um, Ben makes a joke. I figured if we ever met again, it'd be for something small and intimate. Now I feel a little less special. Johnny calls it Fantastic Four Palooza. And yeah, I am not liking. I mentioned it before, I don't like this new force symbol because in some pages looks kind of like a Nazi thunderbolt thing. um, so yeah, we have pretty much everyone that's ever been a member of the Fantastic Four. Although what this means is most of them don't get any lines. A few of them do, about half. Um, so Griever's talking about how everyone's just motes of specks of dust adrift in the cosmos, and she says that she's that Reed has heard her before because he locked himself in a room to think, figure out a solution for everything, a way to discern when the universe would end and how to prevent it. But it was no use. Any equation I tried, every idea I came up with, they all fell apart. The problem was unsolvable, and behind the math was cold calculations. It was as if I could hear a voice calling out to me saying, "You lose." Know what that tells me? She needed to destroy my hope. That means I must have been close. That there was a way. Of course, there was always a way. Yeah, his solving this problem, this doesn't really make much sense, to be honest. He's not really close to solving the problem. Anyway, so Reed has excuse me, um, Ben and Johnny destroy the pod that he used to bring everyone there. So Johnny wonders if destroying the one pod is a crazy idea. Of course, it's Reed. They'll trust him. They'll do it anyway. So they destroy their way back home. Now the other people start questioning, Medusa. Did your husband just strand us in a different universe? And Sue says, I'm sure he knows what he's doing, Medusa. Reed, you better know what you're doing. So, um, Griever says, I'm about to destroy this universe, and that was your only way out. And Reed points out, no, it was your way into our universe. That's why you let me program it with the coordinates of our world. And something tells me that you won't destroy this universe. Not while you're standing in it. Especially not after my friends wrecked your ship. So he tells everyone to take the ship down, stem the stern, keep clear of Griever's blast. And this is the point. And if you can, try to save me one telepod. Weird phrasing. And if you can, like if you're running to the store, be sure to grab some milk. Because this whole plan really rests on that. So as Sharon says, for the return trip, yes, Sharon, something like that. So he asked Sue, Ben, and Johnny to hang back, and so basically just so they can catch up for a duh moment. And it's an interesting thing there. Sue's crying, Ben's misting up. This is a good issue to come out the week that Stan Lee died, because we finally have the Fantastic Four back in action together again. So they check on the kids, and the kids start catching up with Johnny and Ben. It looks kind of funny the way Reed's hands are reaching down there. So in the background of all this, Butters, come on, go clean yourself somewhere else. While the others are destroying Griever's stuff, the Fantastic Four are pretty much just catching up with their family. Oh wow, look, She-Hulk's skinny again. Oh, and by the way, I was wrong. They did not correct the little hint of nipples you see on the cover here of She-Hulk. I just felt I needed to point that out. These days, you can't really do stuff like that without SJW Marvel losing its mind. So they're fighting Griever. Reed says something kind of weird here. Reed's doing the narration. That it's true that she atomized the Molecule Man. I skipped this part because Franklin says, how he let everyone down. I couldn't stop that lady. She killed the Molecule Man, and now she's going to kill all of us, all of our friends. My son is leaping to a false conclusion. True, she atomized the Molecule Man, but Owen Reese's form is similar to the fundamental nature of a universe, and that is what that's what she's used to destroying, not us simple creatures. Ever tried destroying microorganisms by hand? Not that easy. The Future Foundation survived. I'm certain our allies will hold out as well, for a little while. So, she was able to destroy Molecule Man, which he'll come back, because he's built like the universe, not like humans. Humans are more complex than the basic building matter of the universe. Okay, whatever. So Sue catches Spider-Man, and then Reed explains when Johnny asks, "How do we stop her?" We can't. She's an embodiment. I really do not like the way they're drawing these uniforms. Again, the fours just do not look right. So he explains that she is an abstract, like order, chaos, eternity, the in-betweener, etc. They're concepts manifesting themselves as entities. In the same way I can accept that magic is a science that I don't yet understand, I acknowledge that these godlike beings exist, and I believe this Griever is one of them. So there's a little bit of arguing back and forth. I accept what she is, Valeria, unstoppable. Fortunately, we don't have to stop her to win. Here's what I need of you. Sue, earpieces for Ben and Johnny. Val, go to the broken telepod, the one I just broke, and do what exactly? You'll know what to do when you get there. Johnny, give me a status on the Griever ship. Let me know when there's only one telepod remaining. Sue, Ben, the three of us will provide cover for Franklin, who has the most important job of all. So, you're still the most powerful among us, son. So they start trying to talk him up. I believe in you, son. You can do this. But if I screw up again, no, you won't screw up. You were so brave. And then Spider-Man swings up. Now, of course, Spider-Man and Franklin, they're pretty tight. And, hey guys, is it okay if I get that you're scared, pal, but there's something you should know. You've got the greatest power of anyone here. And with that, there must also come the great responsibility. And Ben just yanks him out of the way. Nope, not happening. Okay, that part was funny. I like that. But he needed to learn a lesson from a different Uncle Ben. So, now listen to your Uncle Ben. I kind of wish he hadn't bolded that. The joke would have worked if you did not point as much attention to it. But anyway, Ben's advice, which is pure Ben Grimm. This is why Ben Grimm is probably one of the greatest characters in the Marvel Universe. You know what we do in times like this? Somebody knocks us down, we get back up. And we keep getting back up till what needs to get done gets done. But I can't. You don't have to. I said we. You ain't doing this alone. And so Ben gives the rousing speech, and then they go out and attack Griever together, given the Ben's trademark it's clobbering time phrase. So Johnny, as he's making his way up, they even call him out. This stuff is tough. Maybe if we had the Hulk here, or the Thing. The Thing is here. Sorry, meant if he'd been here earlier when the rest of us were doing all the heavy lifting. And then this part, for no reason. It's not like Iceman is really important to the plot. I know we're setting something up, but hey, it took you guys long enough. Not cool, man. Really? Really? So Johnny says, hey, we haven't seen each other in years. Cut us some... Wait, Iceman? What are you doing here? You're not one of the Fantastic Four. Sure I am. Remember that time you guys made me a member back when Namor... Oh no, that totally don't count. Another untold tale for another day. Honest. Really. You just worked Iceman in. Why? Okay, I know you're probably setting up some type of story down the road, but this was ham-fisted. 2 wasted panels for... Slot's a little uneven on this book. So, Johnny, focus. Hey, 5 minutes ago you were saying how much you missed me. I didn't miss this. I swear, Johnny. For 5 years I've worked with children who have greater attention spans than you. And that's the other thing. Reed and Sue have been doing the rebuilding the universe thing for 5 years. So the kids have aged up. Which now makes Sue and Reed 5 years older than Ben and Johnny. So yeah, because of this, Griever has decided to go after the kids and to destroy the children. But remember, it's like Ben said, none of us are alone here. We're with family, and of course the other members of Fantastic Four, I guess you could say, all come to the defense. So Valera gets to the ship, and what am I supposed to do with this junk? It's almost beyond... Duh. It's pretty obvious. So Johnny's trying to find a way into the ship, and... what on earth did that? And then Valera comes after Franklin, and, we get Reed's look on his face. Just love that concerned look. You don't scare me. I'm with the Fantastic Four. They always find a way to win. So, Griever says that she's actually doing him a favor if she kills him now, because she killed so many universes that he created, and so he's responsible for those billions of lives, and she's actually doing him a favor so he doesn't have to live with it. But no, Sue instead comes and rescues Franklin and asks Johnny if he's ready. Well, what Johnny ran into is the Hulk. Now, remember, the Hulk has just come back to life, and most of the Marvel Universe does not really even know he's back. So, Hulk even says, I was never here, kid. You didn't see me. And you broke all these big machines yourself. You get the credit. Got it? So Johnny just says, Reaver, I'm in the Griever ship and, mission accomplished. So they're down to the one telepod, and here comes Reed's big plan. Alright, people, we're done here. Cocky ass Reed. Done? I'm the inevitable endpoint of all there is and all ever will be. No one and nothing in existence is ever done with me. And we have She-Hulk back to her more muscular form. I wish they'd get this consistent. I'm nitpicking being with my obsession, I know. We are, come on everyone. And hey, Frankie Ray is still alive? I thought she was dead too, cool. So we're actually doing this. If Reed says so, that's good enough for me. Of course, Reed, they even put a lampshade on the fact that another one of his plans where he's not going to tell anybody, just kind of, everyone just trusts that Reed knows what he's doing. So, she says, I'm the embodiment of entropy. I am, destruction I know, with the power to destroy, and none to create. That's your ship, isn't it? You took it from a realm you destroyed, didn't you? You can't rebuild it, or fix it, can you? And she just kind of goes blank. I thought as much. We've left you with one working teleport that has enough power to get you back to your native realm. Go now, and we'll destroy it. Or we'll destroy it, and strand you here with this one. With this one finite universe. Your choice. This isn't over. You and your Fantastic Four will see me again someday. So basically, I'm going to stop there. There's only a couple pages left. She takes the teleporter out, and so with the rest of all the other members of the Fantastic Four, the extended family. Remember, you got Black Panther, you've got Spider-Man, you got all these brilliant minds. They're going to fix the ship so that they can all get back home together. I wonder if anyone's going to tell them Hulk is going to be a stowaway. So anyway, the rest of the issue is just basically bonding and little touching moment that, especially when Ben tells Reed he's glad his best man is back. And Reed doesn't interpret what he means. And that's how he finds out that Ben and Alicia are engaged. So yeah, that's the end of the issue. Not really the most clever way. I was looking for something a little bit, I don't know, more clever. They really built up Franklin as being the most powerful, why they had to lure him into Griever's arms. It seemed like there was a build up to that Sue ended up having to rescue him. I'm not sure why that part was so important. Yeah, that part, unless I missed something, maybe I need to read this a third time. Yeah, that felt kind of padded. But yeah, this is I like this issue. I've been kind of back and forth on Slott, with this Fantastic Four coming back, and yeah, this storyline's done. I mean, not the most clever way for Reed to defeat a villain on especially someone so big that you really can't defeat them. And this is the Fantastic Four returning back to the Marvel Universe. And so, yeah, I mean, yeah, they did need all these people, but I don't know, something felt missing. But, this was a good timed issue. Not planned, of course, but with Stan Lee being gone, the Fantastic Four finally being completely back together the same week. It feels fitting, It feels right. So I'm glad to have this back. I'm looking forward to this. I'm going to try and keep a positive outlook about this series because I love the Fantastic Four. So yeah, it's okay. Not thumbs down. 230, 230. The art is not your usual style. I think some people it's not as bad as in previous issues, although there are some kind of bad parts. Some parts that just kind of take you out of the moment. I just feel the need to point out, if I can find it, this panel with She-Hulk. She has a broken ankle apparently, and she's doing some swirly things with her fist, almost with the. It's just not showing up on my phone lately because my phone has totally been a potato lately. But these are little like movement lines on her fist, so it looks like she's shaking them back and forth, like she's having some type of seizure. Yeah, so the art's like that throughout the book. Some parts are good. It gets the emotional beats. It tells a story. That's all I really care about. But there's certain things like that that caught my eye, where she just really stretched. The proportions got weird. So, but anyway, like I said, I give it around 230. The storyline's over. Not bad. I mean, yeah, it's Reed being cocky and clever. I kind of like that, but it just felt like almost any other character could have done it. It's a Tony Stark move, what he did. Almost even a Peter Parker move. They just expected something big, more. When he said, this part here, that means I must have been close, that there's a way. And it turns out there wasn't. It's just not in this context. It just made her go home. So anyway, how did I talk 20 minutes? Has it really been that long? I figured this would be 10 minutes max. So anyway, thanks for watching. I think I said my schedule at work's been really bad. I'm pulling some doubles here, so tomorrow's going to be a really late night, so I might not be back. I might not be doing a video tomorrow. If I do, I might even just get a conference room at work and do one. So I haven't decided yet, but as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you again next time as Butters cleans herself.